Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into the Auburn Blitz. I'm Randy Lee alongside Jim Hardy. And again, we'll be here with you until 1 o'clock. Look at the bottom of the screen. 256-234-6221 is our phone number, and love to hear from you out there. And our show each and every day brought to you by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Their phone number here in the Lake Martin, Auburn, and surrounding areas is 334-531-0199. And Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Still cold out there, Jim. Needs to heat up. Andy, you have been lucky. If there's ever a time for you to be sick, it's right now with the cold weather, because that is not Andy Graham's favorite, which, by the way, Andy's doing fine out there, and we hope to have Andy back as soon as we possibly can get him up here and hosting, and get me back over in Jim's role from time to time instead of me being the talking head. But I'm glad to be here with you. Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation has been a long-time sponsor of our program, and can't thank them enough. Jim, great basketball game last night. Go down early in the first half. It looks a little concerning with the way that the game was being played there in the first half. But, man, Auburn has got some pieces to the puzzle coming together right now. Defensively, they look really strong. But the key thing is, if you can feed Keyshawn Hall 5, 6, 7 minutes, if you're close or if you've got a lead and you feed that guy, he's going to get a shot. It's probably going to be a good one. He can get the ball into your body and go to the free throw line. And when he goes to the free throw line, he makes his shots from the foul line. That's a recipe to win a lot of ball games.
Oh, I agree. I mean, we said on this show yesterday and give out the check marks for the boxes they needed to shoot over 40%. They did it from the field. They needed over 30 from three-point. They got that. They needed over 25 free throws that Texas was going to give them, and they got that. They checked every box last night except for what me and you talked about in the past, where we've had big leads on people and give them up. This team actually showed me something different this time, where they got down and they came back.
Finding a way, and we had hoped that Auburn would get back to shooting the ball well from the perimeter, and they did last night, moving to 5-3 in the conference and now 14-7 overall with a 6-point lead. Auburn shooting 52.3% from the three-point range, 11 of 21 last night. A lot of that coming from KO, who shot it lights out. He finishes with 25 points in 33 minutes of action. During a stretch where we needed to hit some key shots to get back in the ball game, KO was the one that did it, Jim.
No doubt. I mean, and you got to have people step up, because we're still all sitting here waiting on Pettiford to have his night.
Yep.
And it's just like he did get better to me in the second half, facilitating the ball better, not just taking shots on his own.
So that 52% from three was great last night. The free throw percentage not quite as good as it really was to close the game out.
No.
I think, Coach Miller said that Auburn, I think, went 22 of 28 in the second half, and that was a great percentage. Missed some shots there in the first half, but Auburn finishes 29 of 39 for right at 75% from the free throw line. But it was the key ones down the stretch when you needed to hit them.
Well, and you could tell by the other statistical side of the second half that what changed the numbers. Auburn shot 68% from the field in the second half, 68. They shot 66 from three-point in the second half. So it was like when they turned it on, they turned it on.
Shot 51% from the field for the entirety of the game, only 47 attempts up. So running clock, doing a good job of getting late into the shot clock and then getting into the body there in the second half, with Keyshawn Hall leading all scorers with 31 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, did have a couple of turnovers in 36 minutes of action. Overton, 25 points between the two of them. You get 56 of your 88 points, and those two guys, the second half of the season, with Tahad not scoring maybe to the level that we expected him to start the year. Jim, you got a two-headed monster right there that can do this. And the great thing about both of them is they'll fight for the ball late in the game to be the one that gets to go to the free throw line and knocks down 2 shots. And both of them have so much confidence when they step to the free throw line.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm proud of what I'm seeing, especially the second half of the game last night. There are guys stepping up and playing defense, and that's what you need if you're going to win games down the stretch.
Pettiford did have 36 minutes of action, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Freeman, the third scorer to get into double figures with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal and 1 assist. So Freeman giving up really good minutes, productive minutes in the 19 minutes that we saw him out there. Sway, 32 minutes of action, great defensively, did get 7 points and 2 rebounds. But it's what he gives you on the perimeter defensively that impresses me the most, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have a team like Texas come in there and shoot lights out with these three-pointers, you got to get somebody to even deflect 1 or 2 of them could make a difference in the game.
Yeah, and just running on them in three-point line, not giving up the easy look. When you're up by 6, 8 points, you don't want to give that easy look up at 3. And at 6'8", I don't know, 230, 240, whatever size he is, to have the athleticism to run at guards. Out on the three-point line's impressive with him. Keyshawn Murphy didn't have quite the game that we've been seeing him have, but did get 26 minutes of action, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Jovic only 14 minutes, which has become, I guess, about the average, anywhere between 14 and 18 minutes per game is where we've been seeing him. Mashalik did get 3 minutes of action last night. So still, Bashir's still not seeing him. Magwood, still not seeing him. Walker, still not seeing any of those 3. Still interested to see if Auburn gets them into the flow as the season moves on. But, Jim, you can't say enough good things about the direction of this program, the development of the program in year 1 under Stephen Pearl with a staff that's been there for quite some time. But it just feels like every single game we get better, and you can feel it. We're coached so well. You look down in the post last night for Texas. We've got a man sagging every single time they're wanting to feed that post. The backside sag sitting there waiting to double team him if they do get the basketball down in. And you can see the communication and the preparation just watching us play defense. It's a thing of beauty.
No, I'm definitely with you on that page. The only one I really got a question about and ask you about is Jovic. I mean, we want to talk about an older statesman, that's a grown man out there. Why is his game not relating to college game?
What you mean for us?
Yeah.
You mean with just the 14 minutes of action?
Yeah, I mean he's on an average he's giving you 2, 4, 6 points a game. Like he should be putting up more than that.
Well, you had the 23-point outing from him, I guess, 4 games ago. Mm-hmm. I think all of us had seen that maybe you could expect more, but I think part of it's been Murph has played so well the last 3 games. Now, he doesn't give you the 16 and 10 that we got in the previous game, but I think he has eaten up some of those minutes that we saw, and he had some nagging injuries that was costing him some action down in the post. I still think he's developing. I still think the speed of the American game in comparison to where he's coming from in Europe is going to take a little while, but I don't think there's any question the athleticism, the willingness to pound inside. And last night he got in foul trouble. I mean, he had 4 fouls in very limited action. And,
right.
And you're going to get that against what we see with Texas.
So he's a piece out of the 8 we're looking at that played last night that could be a viable contributor toward the end. Going toward tournament time, you think he'll be ready?
I think he already is. I think he's getting the 14 to 18 minutes right now, and they're all needed minutes. Right. And, the other 3 are the ones that I feel Coach Pearl and this staff expected more out of than we're getting, and that's especially 2 of them, and Magwood and Bashir's. I don't think that the Magwood thing's starting to feel a little bit like the Ja'Kai issue that we ran into last year. I don't want to take it all the way to that level, but when you start getting into multiple games where you're not finding your way out there on the court and you're watching over there on the sideline, and yes, he's up and cheering on his teammates, but just has that gnawing feeling at you that something's not working out from a chemistry standpoint or from a leadership standpoint. And Jim, the amazing part is Auburn has missed on point guards multiple times in the last few years. And I'm talking about point guards that we go out and either get in the transfer portal or we recruit in, and they don't work out. But yet Auburn, even when, multiple players on each roster that they try to put together is not working out, they keep finding ways to win. They find it different ways to win. It's not always that Jared Harper, Bryce Brown, Okeke feel where we've got to hit 12 to 14 3-pointers to win. No, I mean, we can hit 2 and go on the road and win. Just great coaching. I mean, it really is just outstanding basketball coaching. And, you know, coaches like Coach Miller that I respect and some of the other coaches that Stephen Pearl in this first year has been able to beat, I don't know if you noticed, but after each of those games, they all compliment how well that team they just played coached. And I watch this and I think the exact same thing. And I'm happy as an Auburn fan, of course, because we look a couple of games into SEC play, and of course the Auburn faithful, we're so used to winning under Bruce Pearl and so used to feeling very confident that people that are questioning the decision to give his son the job want to find anything that they can go negative. But it's a breath of fresh air to watch. Yeah, I think we got a good team, but I'm 1,000% certain we're a well-coached team. I think that may be more important than anything, Jim.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and you've alluded to it for weeks up here on this show, for Bowman and the rest of the staff that he kept from his dad's staff.
Yeah.
They are developers. I mean, it's slowly each and every, that's why I bring up the Jofic, because every one of them to me on this list throughout the year, they've got them better. I'm just waiting to see when it's his turn that he's going to turn the corner, and his 15 to 18 minutes he's going to give us, we need to get points out of it too.
I do think this, and we'll go to our first break. I feel like the necessity to have him play really a 5 a lot of times at only 6'8". I mean, this guy's not 6'11", 250. This guy's, when you see him out there with a true 7-footer, he looks 6'8".
Right.
Last night he looked 6'8". So I think he's playing out of position some, but he's not, you know, it's not causing him to question anything, or it's not causing his effort out there on the court to diminish down. He knows his role and he's playing it well. And you know, I think that if you keep him around, you go get a couple of big men where he can really play a 4, more of a rugged 4 role next year, that you got something. He makes his free throws. I think he's got a nice shot. Love the direction. He was a key piece for us to go get. I'll tell you that. You take him off this team, you really struggle down in the post. We'll go ahead and take another break here on the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
At Glenn Smith Chevrolet, let's kick off 2026 with a bang. We will not be undersold. Chevy Traverse with 3-row seating up to $7,250 off. The impressive Chevy Equinox up to $5,500 off. Enjoy no payments until springtime. Get your lowest price guaranteed today. Smart people from all over the USA come to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to smile.
Continue to look at this big SEC win for Auburn last night to move to 5-3 in the conference, 88-82 over Texas. 2 key stats that jump out as I look down the stat totals for both teams. One's turnovers. Auburn only had 3 turnovers last night. Texas, on the other hand, had 11. Jim, there are some stats that you look, and rebounds being another one, and if you have that big a discrepancy in those 2 stats, really hard to lose. 3 turnovers for Auburn's outstanding number.
Well, and to take even that stat you had a step further, look at the points off of those turnovers. Yeah. 18 points. That's big in a game that was decided by 6. That's a big
Well,
big deal.
you know, and it's 7 points off turnovers the other way. That means just about every time that Auburn turned the basketball over, they got points off of it.
Right.
But only doing it 3 times is a key. So Tahad, you may look down at the stat total and you may say, not a great game from Tahad. But I can say this from a point guard standpoint, if your team, and you're playing, minutes, and you play 36 minutes as the point guard, and your team as a whole only turns it over 3 times, that's a stat that's not going to show up on your stat total, but you should get a lot of the credit for because the ball's running through you, I would guess 50% of that time. So that's something that as you watch as an Auburn fan and you see the direction that this team's going. You know, another thing that I noticed, and I'll get your take on this, Stephen Pearl's always been a very vocal coach. You know, he may even be some of the stuff that I would see from Bruce wouldn't necessarily be directed towards players. You would see it maybe in timeouts, but Stephen, his emotions are on his sleeve, buddy. If he's thinking something, it's about to come out of his mouth. And I just get a feel that he's getting a lot more confidence in his ability to know what's going to take to get this team to click. And you watch a game last night, and when they come off the court and they've taken a couple of shots where I don't know I have to take that shot. You got that freak show over in the corner, Keyshawn Hall. he's going to go get a shot. And if he doesn't, he's going to get into the body, and he's going to go to the free throw line and have a chance to make 2. And we could have run another 30 seconds off of this clock, and we're up 8. When you see Keyshawn Murphy come off after banking a shot in from 3, it's like, don't take that one again. It wasn't that nice what he said. But don't take that shot again. But, Jim, I'm seeing him a lot more comfortable with the way that he's motivating these players out there on the court, too, which is good.
Well, and to me, it's the coaching side of the game, and I mean, you've been around coaching long enough. He's got to know as he goes along how to push what button on each player.
Yep.
If he can get in Magwood's face, if he has to back up from Pettiford a little bit, can he be aggressive to this guy? That's what the formula is for a lot of these, what his dad was really good at.
Yeah.
Finding the buttons you can push and knowing when not to push the button and just let them play.
And it takes a little while. You know, these are all new guys. You know, you look at this roster for Auburn, I mean, this is a completely new roster outside of one player for Stephen. So you may think, like, you and I played ball together, so our personalities are different. I know your personality, but a new coach to coach you, they wouldn't know how to get you to tick.
Right.
Whereas I would maybe, but it may take a coach a little while to get you motivated in a certain way. And I watch this Auburn team, and it's directed at different ways at different players. But I watch the way that they respond to him, Jim, and they don't respond in a negative way to him whenever he's even getting in them pretty good.
Well, and if you were paying really close attention to the game last night, you even saw one of those that you brought up. He got on Pettiford one time about something, and Pettiford walked away from him. But then Overton walked to Pettiford and talked to him, and then everything, it was like it cooled off. And it was exactly what you said. Overton knows him a little bit better so far than Stephen willing to get in his face, and Overton fixed the problem.
Yeah, and I think those older players on this team seem to be fixing a lot of those ills.
Right.
And if they can't fix Magwood, then he ain't going to play. You know, and I think that also sets the tone.
Sure.
And I don't know the exact situation that went down, but we need a second point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tahad needs some minutes. And I'm proud for Blake that he's getting some minutes, but I don't think that's what they expected to be the backup point guard. But if Magwood's not playing, then my gosh, he deserves not to play as far as I'm concerned. But you got 3 older guys on here that seem to be controlling the emotions of the team. I'll start with one in Keyshawn Murphy. He's a level-headed dude. You watch him out there on the court, he's a very competitive, passionate player, but he never seems to let his highs get too high or his lows get too low. And he's a big brute force in there that's been around the SEC play for a long time. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not in those huddles, but it seems like they respect him. KO's tough.
Right.
Like, he's a bulldog.
Right.
You know, he's the most aggressive physical player defensively. But he's also a really confident player late in ball games. I see him begging for the basketball when he wants to go to the free throw line. In his mind, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to knock them all down. And he did it last night. And then Keyshawn Hall, man, he's the best player on the team.
Right.
And he had some questionable, I think, responses to some of the play earlier in the season. But the further you get along, you realize this guy's played a lot of minutes, kind of like the offensive line talk you and I. And he knows the way that the game should flow, and he knows that he can be the reason that you go and win it like he did last night. And when that's not going that direction, probably is a little bit frustrating, but I don't see him frustrated. And, look, wins can keep the frustration at bay.
Oh, sure.
But I think leadership can keep it at bay, too.
Sure.
And I think Auburn's getting really good team leadership to go along with great coaching. And if you've got anything negative to say about this basketball team, you're going to have to find a different program, a different podcast, find someone that didn't grow up the time frame that I did, begging for great college basketball at my university. And thank the Lord for Bruce Pearl, and thank the Lord for his son now and what has been built by Auburn basketball, that we can year in and year out wait for the season to come around and know that we got something to look forward to, Jim. It's a breath of fresh air. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Kathy Holmes with Preparatory Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
The Auburn Blitz, presented by J.A. Smith Construction and Sensigreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. If you're having trouble with your heater right now, give Sensigreen a call, 334-487-3555. Been talking about this big win for Auburn basketball to move to 5-3 in the conference and continue this winning streak. Let's run down some Stephen Pearl comments following the game last night. It said, coming into the game, I think Texas averaged 7 or 8 threes a game. They made 8 in the first half. Swain was 3 for 4 for 3 at halftime, or 4 for 4. He didn't remember exactly which one, but and only shoots 27% from threes. Those are the shots that we wanted them to take. We wanted them to take threes. We don't want Cam Hetty, who shoots 50% from three, to make 5 out of 6. That was on us. But I thought the rest of those guys, we wanted those guys to take contested threes, and to their credit, they made them. You know, sometimes you go in to a game with a game plan defensively that doesn't work out, but doesn't mean it was the wrong decision.
No.
It's just that the analytics and the stats tell you that you need to play it that way. Saturday it worked out for us against Florida. Last night in the first half it didn't. I don't think we went away from it. And we ran at them on the three-point line. I saw Sway doing it quite often with KO there in the end of the ball game, but also doubled down when they fed down into the post. I thought the plan was great again last night.
Yeah, and it's none of one of those, if you have a plan and it wasn't going well, they knew the plan overall for the whole game, if they just stuck to it, was going to come to them eventually, and they would get some of those guys to miss some shots. And those guys couldn't stay on fire like that for the whole game.
Most of the time when you're not a three-point shooting team is going to make 14 or 15 of them a night.
Yeah.
They're going to slow down at some point in time. Coming in at halftime, this is Stephen Pearl. Offensively in the first half, we were really sloppy, but we just didn't execute well. Our spacing was really bad. They did a really good job early of plugging gaps and doing a good job of guarding without fouling at the rim, and it led us to take some really tough contested twos, and we were looking for whistles instead of just going to score through contact. That was the biggest difference to me in the second half. Taking it into contact, knowing that, yeah, we're hot from the charity stripe. If this whole possession turns into KO or Hall going to the free throw line to shoot two, I'm calling it a good possession late in the ball game. And, you know, we really started that train of thought, Jim, with 7 or 8 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we first kind of started getting a decent little lead, maybe been 4, 6, 8 points, we'd run some clock, get upset when Tahad jacked 1 or 2 up at times, even late in the clock, but ran the offense through Keyshawn Hall, and he was the difference maker, and he's going to be the difference maker in most of these games, I think.
Sure. Yeah, let me switch over to Facebook real quick. Coach Hines says a telling stat for the night. Auburn scored 28 of 32 possessions in the second half with only 3 turnovers. That's almost unheard of.
It is. It's the 3 turnovers, and Jeff knows this well, when you can go and counting those 28 of 32 possessions being free throws. You know, going to the free throw line. I don't know how. I know we made 22 free throws in the second half.
Mm-hmm. I think it was 22 of 29, I believe it was.
So that's a massive stat. I mean, my math's good enough to tell me that if we scored on 28 of 32 possessions, at least 11 of those were due to free throws.
Right.
That means you're a little over 50% scoring buckets outside of those free throws. But you just said it was taking them into the body, being a little bit more aggressive, like Coach Pearl had begged for there at halftime, it sounds like. And knowing that you've got 2 guys that and Tahad too. Those 3 guys, I got all the confidence in the world as this season moves on. If it comes down to those 3 guys needing to make free throws for us to win basketball games, they're going to do it. Here's some more Stephen Pearl comments. Halftime we get in there, and I'm like, guys, we should be down 20 right now, just based on how we played offensively and how well they played in the first half. To only be down 8 was huge. It felt like Missouri. And, you know, that's a little different than what we've seen in these previous wins for Auburn. Auburn's run out to big leads. Auburn's had tremendous starts to the basketball game, like that Saturday game against Florida. And then at times the teams will come back and get into the ball game, but then Auburn extends it back out and wins by 11 or 12 points, which honestly to me tells you the difference in the 2 teams.
Right.
Auburn's ceiling to me right now is higher than most of these teams that we're playing. Does it mean that sustains itself throughout the season? I don't know, but right now watching Auburn, even when teams seem to creep back into it, we take it back out. You know, last night they'd get back, you know, and I know they had a 14-point lead there in the first half, but by the time we took the lead, we extended it out to 10. They'd creep it back down to 4, and then Auburn run it back up to 8 or 10 again. Key shots when you need them, like Keyshawn Hall's missed 3-pointer over in the right wing, but he gets hit on the wrist, goes to the free throw line, knocks down 3, and I think they had cut the lead down to 7 at that time. On a made 3 on the opposite end. You know, they get an offensive stop there. They come down, make a three. They got it back to 4 again. So that's not necessarily something that you can count on unless you have great shooters and you've got great guys that you want to go through on possessions. And it feels like Auburn's doing the right things of getting the ball at the right times to the right players, Jim.
Yeah, you know, I agree. And kick it over to a YouTube comment real quick. Hogbone says, if we can get just one win in an SEC tournament, that would really be a huge thing for this 8-man rotation we have. I mean, I get a bye in the SEC is what he's saying.
Yeah,
the SEC tournament.
Look, I mean, we need as much help as we can get with as little depth as we have.
Right.
I'd much rather see those 3 players that I keep bringing up get 8 or 10 minutes a game. Is there a reason, and can we count on them not? Probably. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a reason you haven't seen them too much now. But Simon Walker, I mean, there's times where Auburn needs a good perimeter shot. Maybe he's just not quite ready yet, but it would be nice for him to give the coaches a reason to put him in there. Magwood, Brett raved over Magwood in the preseason. For whatever reason, it just hasn't played out that way. And then we needed that post player in Bashir. That was a must-have get that it would be solid. And it would let Jovic play that off, down low position for the 12 to 15 minutes you're going to get a game with him, instead of him having to relinquish Murphy and give him a breather and having to play the 5 at 6'8", which is a big ask. But even with all that being said, they're getting coached up to the level that with these 7 or 8 that we're playing, man, we're playing winning basketball, and I don't know what in the world more you could ask for from a team and coaching standpoint. So another big win for Auburn last night. When we come back, we'll run down the rest of the SEC. We'll look at the SEC standings, and then we'll give the SEC Saturday schedule coming up. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We are located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
A fresh start begins at home. This new year, Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air is bringing comfort your way with maintenance inspections starting at just $29 and installations as low as $50 a month. Start the year right with Dixie.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation.
What a stat, though, and thanks, Jeff Hines, for sending that over to us. 32 possessions in the second half for Auburn, 28 scores. Some of that coming from the free throw line, and only 3 turnovers for Auburn basketball last night offensively. Leads to their 5th win in conference to move to 5-3 and 14-7 overall. Here were the other SEC scores. It was Arkansas coming back from a big deficit to get a big win over Oklahoma. Look, that win for Auburn's just looking better and better as the season moves on. They win by 4 last night, 83-79. Vandy, let's stop and talk about this one a bit. $23 million spent on a Kentucky roster, and they've hit some buzzer-beating winning shots in the last couple of weeks to make this record look bearable. But I don't care what you say. You lose at Kentucky by 25 to anybody in this conference, you're going to get a lot of boo birds out. And Vandy takes down Kentucky 80-55 last night, Jim.
Well, and this is the dynamic that you got to wonder that's going on as well. If you spend $23 million on a roster, you obviously overpaid for some guys because, like we were talking about in the break, you got other teams that are spending in the SEC half that and doing, as good or twice as good as they're doing. My question to you would be, is if I'm going to go out there and get that start and say Auburn's got 7 or 8 on the floor, Kentucky went and bought 7 or 8 at somewhere between $2 to $5 million a piece. Can you get those guys because you're paying them so much money to be motivated, or is that the wrong strategy?
Well, sometimes I think money hurts some individuals, but others. I saw a video post today, and it was a guy giving a rant of a high school game that he had gone and attended, and he was just talking about how cool all the players seemed to act. They got the layup drills, they got all this stuff, but when the game started, he couldn't explain how lazy they were and how pitiful. And he said, I've never known a dude, I'm talking about a guy, that had the it factor that didn't play hard or care how cool he looked.
Right.
Anybody that you would say is your favorite players of all time, and they can always go down to high school too, none of those guys were the coolest guys out there on the courts, the ones that were unwilling to get down on the floor. And I'm going somewhere with this. So I think it goes from individual to individual, Jim.
Right.
I mean, you either got a passion to want to do things the right way, no matter how much money you're given.
So that could
i.e.
be
Kobe Bryant, i.e. Larry Bird when you and I growing up, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron. I mean, you can watch these guys play in gym. They may have been the highest paid players, and they were the highest paid players, but we're not we don't brag on them as sportsmen based on them making a lot of money. We brag on them because when we watch them do things, we're like, man, you know, they've got great talent, but they do it the right way. And so I think I think it depends on who you get, honestly.
Well, okay, well, then that would be another dynamic than me to coach in or a general manager or whoever. Then if you're saying it's man-to-man, I've got to go do my homework to find out those 5 men that can play together.
Man, the kids that I try to coach right now, I try to tell them that, but, you don't know which ones of them it reaches. But I try to say, you don't know who's watching over there.
Yep.
But all I can tell you is if you are good enough and you're lucky enough one day for somebody to come and watch you, it's going to be the moments that you think they don't take in that's going to be the things that they're going to leave out of there with. Because if they're coming to watch you, you're talented.
Sure.
They already want you. I mean, they're not going to waste their time and their effort to come watch somebody that's not good enough to play for them. But I want to know, the ball's lying there on the ground. Do you get on the floor, or are you kind of hanging out waiting for Jim or somebody to actually make the effort? Are you making an effort rebounding? Mm-hmm. Are you doing those things? And here's the thing I love about Auburn basketball under Bruce Pearl. Love it. And Stephen Pearl. It's the reason I love the basketball sport now for Auburn way more than anything else I watch us do, is we will bleed for you to try to win. And that's coaching and that's leadership. There's some coaches you play for that make you want to run through a wall. They really would make you want to run through that wall for them. Mm-hmm. I was lucky enough to have some. You were, because we were coached by some of the same people. Lucky enough to play for some people that motivated you if you had some self-motivation. Again, that helps.
Sure.
But motivated you enough to go and give that effort. The Pearls pull that off. And it's not just the Pearls.
Right.
Ira Bowman, if you listen to what they say, is the reason they're developed to the level. You know, if I'm in a gym with someone multiple hours every day and he's putting that much into me, and he's sitting on the bench not overly agitated when I'm not doing something, but if I come sit down beside him over there and he kind of whispers to me, man, would you please get it together? Mm-hmm. I mean, do you have any idea how much this is weighing on me too? If you care anything about it, like, you get up and you go and you go do. And so I think we get so much more out of our players at Auburn University in the basketball than really just about anyone out there does. I truly believe that. And if you can say that, you got the right program started. You got the right coaches. And, Jim, we can't say that about football. I can't say that about our football. I can't remember the last time I thought that about our football program. It was probably under Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah.
At a certain point. I never thought, I love Gus Malzahn. I thought he was a great individual. I don't know that we would just fight you beyond belief. Maybe 2013 I may have thought that. 10, I just thought we had the best player in the world.
Right.
At the time.
Yep.
And we had some good pieces to go along with it. I never thought that Auburn was Pat Dye out there on the field all that often under Terry Bowden and any of these other people that we've had leading us. But I think every time Auburn goes out there on the basketball court, we might not win it. But it ain't going to be because KD didn't want to fight everybody in the crowd and out there on the court. And he just won a many. You know, right now I watch KO. I'm like, man, I like that dude.
Right.
Give me him, because he might be the toughest individual out there on the court. I need like 5 of him. And we might lose, but I'm going to have fun doing it. So it's a breath of fresh air. We're going to keep saying it. We have enough negative to talk about with Auburn athletics from time to time. Well, I'd love to have a whole hour right here where I don't talk about anything but positive. And that's how excited I am about this basketball program right now. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability, and eligibility may vary.
For air that's cool and clean.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sensagreen.
Central Alabama. This is our home. It's where we work, where we play, where we raise our families and grow old. And in the unfortunate event we become sick with cancer, thanks to UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center, this is where we heal also. We have invested in new technologies and expertise so that now we're able to treat all sorts of cancers and you never have to leave Tallapoosa County. UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center. Compassionate, convenient, collaborative cancer care right here at home.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Sentricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The offices on both Bent Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Auburn Blitz, presented by J.A. Smith Construction, Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. I want to thank our segment sponsor right here, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. 2 locations, one in Montgomery, one as well over in the Auburn market. Great food selection out there, outstanding atmosphere, and they're our post-game sponsor for all of the Auburn events that Brett and Faith go out and cover like they were last night. So, again, thanks to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine in Montgomery and also in Auburn. Saw a great story I wanted to close out the show today talking about, and that's Alex Golish that was down at the Senior Bowl, as Auburn's got a couple of their players down there in it. And one of those, Jeremiah Wright, Selma High School guy. Look, we unfortunately went over there with Benjamin Russell and got our brains beat in one night and left out of there limping, and I think he was a key reason why we left out of there limping that night. And then Keyron Crawford. Golish goes down to the Senior Bowl, and I can read some of these comments real quick. And it said, and this is from Jeremiah Wright talking about Golish finding him and, complimenting him on his effort right now. But Wright said it means a lot. And I've been at Auburn a long time, and for Coach Golish to come out here and show the support and give us some motivation with inspirational words, telling us to keep showing out and putting on for Auburn, and he's going to make sure he's doing the same thing. One of the messages from Golish was that Wright and the former players are welcome to come back at any time. It's something he plans to do because of what Auburn has meant and will always mean to him. It was very special, Wright said, on what that means. Auburn is a home away from home for me. I have a house there preparing for what's next. I'm just going to keep stacking days and see what happens. That's a good story, Jim.
Yes, I think when you've got a new coach coming in and trying to build his system and the way things, he doesn't need to take that time to go those old players.
No. It's not like he's re-recruiting them.
No.
He's doing that because he is. And yes, I hope that he's got the heart for it. But he also knows how important that those old players talking with one another and alumni and how important they are with the overall culture that you're building outside of that complex.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got old players, like I've heard many, many times over the years, where there's a disconnect. There's been a disconnect with the athletic department and the old players, and that could be based on coaches. It could be based on administration. I don't know the exact reasons for it. But, look, I'm not an ex-player. I'm not the one that's out there very vocal on Twitter and other avenues letting everyone know that we're not happy with the direction some of these things have gone. But for Alex Golish to say, look, new man in charge here, I'm showing up down here, I'm spending my time that you know is very valuable to me to show you that you with that Auburn uniform means something to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm the head man in charge at Auburn University, and as you move on and they put up on that big jumbotron how well our former players are playing every Saturday, and we see Jeremiah Wright and Kieron Crawford and others up there, that it's not just someone that I just randomly met in passing and don't care anything about. I think it says a lot about him, and I think he's starting the right way. Now, whether he ends the right way, none of us know that. But it is important to start out on the right foot. And all of the process-driven plans that he had coming in,
mm-hmm.
to me, means a lot. Because it means that if the plan don't work out, it's your plan.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good with the plan not working out. But don't go off somebody else's plan. Go off your plan. If it don't work out, it's your own fault. And Golish seems like he's his own man that way, which I can respect.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were talking, earlier in the basketball world of the Pearls and how they've come up and they've got the respect of their players. I think that's what he's trying to earn now, is get them to realize what kind of guy he is and what kind of fire inside of him he's got every week to get out there and coach them.
And we've seen that work in basketball. I mean, when Bruce Pearl got to Auburn, it was so bad. When it takes Bruce Pearl, now that we've seen, when it took him 3 years to get it corrected, that's how bad it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it took him going to classes. It took him taking pizzas out there. It took all kinds of things to motivate the student body and others to know that this is going to be important at some point in time, and you're going to want to be involved at some point in time. It's not good right now. But when it is good, I want you to remember back to these days right here. And so I'm impressed with Alex Golish, too. I know it sounds like an entire hour of positivity.
That's right.
But basketball do that to you. Winning does that to us.
Well, and you got another one coming in the spring, too. Baseball will do it to you.
Oh, man. And
that's positivity right there.
If you hear me, and I've said this over, and we had a bad year a couple of years ago,
mm-hmm.
and we sat up here, and I think I did it with you. If any negative comment comes out of my mouth, or you hear that I've said something bad about Butch Thompson on that camera, somebody lied to you. I ain't saying. I mean, I don't care. I can stomach a lot of losing seasons, getting led the way I think he leads
mm-hmm.
that program, and I don't think we'll have to stomach as many of them. I think the NIL and transfer portal and stuff has really helped Auburn baseball.
Oh yeah,
because now it has narrowed that issue of lottery money and lack of recruiting scholarship limitations in comparison. I think that it's brought all that to a level playing.
What was it, 11 and a half or 12 scholarships, trying to spread it over like 40 guys.
Yeah.
And you were giving them a quarter and a half and this and that.
And we knew of players, we knew of personal contacts that had made decisions to go elsewhere based off of Auburn's inability to offer, say, what an Ole Miss or a Mississippi State or a Vandy or someone else could offer.
Right.
For the same type of player, and we have the same want for an in-state guy.
But you're talking about coaching up. That man right there can coach him up.
He can coach, and he does it the right way. He handles himself in a professional manner.
I know him and his wife. I've personally sat in their house and ate dinner with them. And Robin, you can see where Butch gets it from, or vice versa. They are both just genuinely God-loving people, and they love them kids like they're their own.
Well,
like
we're lucky to have them, so you won't hear. Anybody that says, well, I heard Auburn Blitz giving it up the road to Auburn baseball. No, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
We can go 0-16. You won't hear it here on this one. We can go – now, if we go get another coach like we've had here before, we will. We'll be honest with you, but not when Butch Thompson's there, man. We're lucky to have who we've got there. Jim, up against the end of the program, it was nice having a good week with you up here, but it was nice finishing off the week with some positive news, and that's Auburn basketball moving to 5-3. Brett and Faith will be on the road again tomorrow, as they're on the road again today covering the Alabama High School Athletic Association. The news never ends there as well, so stay tuned in as the end of the week comes up with still the public and private situation being discussed and the best way to finagle that. For Jim Hardy, I'm Randy Lee saying thanks for tuning into the Auburn Blitz.